Whew, she's making some noise in there. Hey, good day. It's walk number 10. Here we go. I'm going to jump right into this one. I'm finishing up and I got to hit the road, Jack. And by the time you read this, I'll probably be in the great state of Mother Russia. So here we go. Jesus teaches about anger. You have heard that our ancestors were told, you must not murder. This is Matthew 5:21 and 26. But I say, if you are even angry with someone, you are subject to judgment. If you call someone an idiot, you're in the danger of being brought before the court. You know, we're going to touch on that one because that is one of my favorite words because we see a lot of those type of people right now. So I need to check in. I've been actually checking that for a while of how to deal with that. And if you curse someone, you're in danger of the fires of hell. This is the fire and brimstone message probably. So if you are presenting a sacrifice or at the altar in the temple and you suddenly remember that someone has something against you, leave your sacrifice there at the altar. Go and be reconciled to that person. Then come and offer your sacrifice to God. When you're on the way to court with your adversary, settle your differences quickly. Otherwise, your accusers may hand you over to the judge, who will hand you over to an officer, and you will be thrown into prison. And if that happens, you surely won't be free again until you have paid that last penny. Boy, man, there's a lot of things coming up for me in this one. I'm actually going to tag a friend of mine and see what he thinks about this and how he dealt with it. What do you think? Maybe you could challenge me on this one. But the idiot part definitely is interesting. I'm going to read that in the subcontext just to see what it says. Killing is a terrible sin, but anger is a great sin too because it also violates God's command to love. Anger in this case refers to seething, brooding, bitterness against someone. So we also, if you just can't get over it, to me, this is anger. This is anger caused by unforgiveness. So whether you need to forgive somebody, whether I need to forgive somebody, whether they need to forgive you and you need to go apologize to them. So it's all about forgiveness here. I love that piece that it just said. Let's read that again. Killing is terrible sin, but anger is great sin. Anger in this case refers to seething, brooding bitterness against someone. It's a dangerous emotion that always threatens to leap out of control, leading to violence, emotional hurt, increased mental illness, mental stress, and spiritual damage. Anger keeps us from developing a spirit pleasing to God. Have you ever been proud that you didn't strike out and say that was really on your mind? Self-control is good, but Christ wants us to practice thought control as well. Jesus said that we will be held accountable even for our attitudes. Whoo, the Beatitudes and the attitude adjustment that we need. That's pretty strong, y'all. That's pretty strong. It goes on a little farther and it says broken relationships can hinder our relationships with God. If we have a problem or grievance with a friend, we should resolve the problem as soon as possible. We are hypocrites if we claim to love God while we hate others. Our attitude towards others reflect our relationship with God. The last thing it says on this piece right here, it says in Jesus' day, someone who couldn't pay a debt was thrown into prison until the debt was paid. Unless someone came to pay the debt, the prisoner would probably die there. It's a practical advice. Boy, let's apply that to our lives for a minute. Boy, that's a little convicting. Jesus' day, someone who couldn't pay a debt was thrown into prison until the debt was paid. Unless someone came to pay the debt, the prisoner would probably die there. It is practical advice to resolve our differences with our enemies before their anger causes more trouble, more problems. It quotes Proverbs 25:8-10. You may not get into a disagreement that takes you to court, but even small conflicts mend more easily if you try to make peace right away. In a broader sense, these verses advise us to get things right with our brothers and sisters before we have to stand before God. That is so, so true, y'all. I think we get caught in our own self and in our own way quickly, and we don't make amends. We don't attempt to make amends. It doesn't mean always that people will forgive us, but we need to do it immediately. And Otherwise, we're just letting it out there. And I guess if it's not bothering you, the only thing I can challenge you to think about, what if it's bothering them? And that's the key, right? Is it's a mutual thing, it's a relational thing, and we want to resolve in order for that person to be healthy as well. So be healthy, be great, and this is walk number 10. We're gonna blow through Matthew. That was Matthew 5:21 through 26, I'm sorry, and we're going to get into what more Jesus is teaching the apostles about. It seems like theological college for the apostles right now. Peace.